Yeah, interesting as as a data company, as a technology company, when we're coming into CES, what we like to think about is from a consumer perspective, regardless of whether they're using new or existing technology, it's really important to understand consumers, who they are, what they care about, and what they're thinking about. We work with marketers to help them have one voice and one message as they go across their owned, earned, and paid media channels. We work with them. It's important for them to understand consumers, engage with them, and learn with them from every interaction at an individual level. We feel it's important for marketers, and we work with them to have one view, one vision, and one voice when reaching out to consumers. One vision to help them understand who those consumers are, what they buy, what they care about, who they are, and which helps them with their messaging strategy, which leads us to one vision. How are they talking to consumers? Where are they talking to them? How are they talking to them? How often are they talking to them? And how much are they spending to talk to them? And then ultimately, one voice to the consumer at the individual level to engage in an ongoing dialogue that transcends and is consistent across devices, channels, and time.
So digging a bit deeper into technology, specifically artificial intelligence, which by all accounts is going to be a big thing at CES. So what does it mean, though, for your data teams at Epsilon and the way you work with brands? How does artificial intelligence fit in?
So AI is interesting. I mean, there's certainly tons of conversations about how AI is going to transform creative, make things more efficient, and make things faster, ultimately. I think one of the things that hasn't been talked about enough, perhaps, is the data that goes into AI. So data is critical. I try to think of it as, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't have good data in, you're not going to get good results. I think probably all of us have been onto ChatGPT and entered something and seen like 50% of it's right and 50% of it's wrong. Well, that's no different in your marketing ecosystem. So really important to ensure that you've got data in there that is comprehensive, that it's accurate, and gives unique insights, which ultimately fuels the performance of all of those AI models people are trying to use within their marketing activities.
So that's interesting. So I mean, you know a lot about data. So I imagine you use that data to train your AI models. Is that how it works? Or
We use data a lot,
oh,
obviously.
okay.
We have data in-house at the individual level across about 250 million consumers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The depth of data is important, but accuracy is also very important. And yes, we continue to use that data to help produce models that perform and evolve as we learn both from our customers as well as ourselves in terms of what's working in market for them.
With all these connected devices and new ones being introduced, and kind of dividing consumer attention and just among a lot of different streams, how do brands find the right consumer to grow their business and reach people, especially with a consistent message?
Yeah, I think it's become a lot more difficult, really. I think from two different angles. One, with regards to there's now all these devices that consumers are using, whether they're on their phone, they're on their iPad, they're on their laptop, they're on their gaming devices. So having the capability to be able to recognize an individual and who they are so that you can ultimately reach them with the right message is becoming more and more important. And I think consumer expectations are increasing as well, which is if I go on your website and I'm on my laptop and I've just recently searched for something and put something in my basket but walked away, and then I go on my phone and you don't recognize me and see who I am and the fact that I still have something in my basket is an irritant for consumers. So I think having that consistent recognition at that individual level in terms of how they've interacted with you, whether today or yesterday, is becoming more important, and especially in the eyes of the consumer.
So, if there's any single piece of advice that you would give someone attending CES for the first time, what would it be?
I think I'd say take it all in. It's easy to get caught up in all the meetings. I think take the opportunity to go to the show floor and see some of this new technology that's coming in and what's coming to shape. I know last year there were some great walls of the new, almost like glass-like TVs So it's just a great opportunity to get out there, I think, and see what's coming. Secondarily, there's a lot of great people who are attending CES from the marketing and ad tech world. Plan ahead, book up your meetings because people book fast, but it's also a really efficient and great way to get in touch with a lot of people while you're there.